Police or security?
Police.
Oh yeah.
Not many security guards carry guns, do they? Under section 43 of the Terrorism Act, then I'm going to stop and search you, given the fact of the position.
How you doing?
Not bad, you?
Yeah, right, not bad.
I think you probably know why we're looking to stop you, don't you?
What, are you police or security?
Police.
Oh yeah.
Not many security guards carry guns, do they? Do you have any ID on you at all?
No, I don't, mate.
Would you like to account for your actions in the area?
Not really, no, just taking photographs, that's it.
Okay. Under section 43 of the Terrorism Act, then I'm going to stop and search you, given the fact of the position that we find you in, the buildings you have been taking pictures of, and the fact you've admitted to taking photos of
Yeah,
those
this
buildings.
is a public
You
road,
haven't
though.
offered me any reason why. It's section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
As I just said, I'm taking photographs, mate.
Yeah. What buildings were you taking them off?
I'm not taking them or anything, really. I'm just taking whatever I feel like. I'm totally entitled to take photographs.
You are.
Yeah, so what are you saying
but also
then?
under section 43 of the Terrorism Act, I'm entitled to stop and search and stop and speak to anybody that I believe may be undertaking reconnaissance, hostile reconnaissance, or anything related to terrorism. And
So
also hang on, sorry,
Okay,
because
go on.
I haven't been implying and interrupted you.
No, but I just don't like the idea of being searched for no reason when all I'm doing is walking around with a
giving you a
camera.
reason.
The officers quickly jump to terrorism powers simply because someone is filming. Yet recording from a public road, in plain sight, doesn't automatically create reasonable suspicion. Once the basic facts are established, the legal basis for the stop becomes increasingly difficult to justify.
Yeah, but I've given you a reason why I'm in the
The
area.
fact you're not willing to listen to it, that is somewhat arbitrary.
Yeah, but I've just told you why I'm in the area.
Okay.
I'm a photographer.
But if that's the
I've
case,
got a YouTube channel. I take YouTube
if that's the
videos.
case, then you're perfectly at liberty to give me a name and details, aren't you?
No, why should I?
Okay.
It's a free country.
I know it is.
We're not living in China, are we? Where you've got no rights to do anything. This is the UK, isn't it? Where you got rights to do what you want. So,
which is also.
and I'm entitled to walk around with my camera and take videos for YouTube and stuff like
The
that.
reports of people are telling me.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. Just good.
TE06
Yeah,
QP.
QP.
He's got his on as well.
Thank you very much.
So, like I said, section 43 of the Terrorism Act gives me the power to stop and search you and obtain any details from you that you're willing to give to me.
Well, I'm not really.
Okay, if that's the case, then I am also at liberty to look at the memory cards, SD cards, and anything on those cameras.
Don't be silly. No, you're not.
No, I am.
No, you're not.
I am.
A court of law is the only person who's
Okay.
allowed to look at that.
Tell you what, then, you put your camera down, get your phone out, and Google it.
When requests for personal details go nowhere, the officer shifts to claiming authority over the camera and its contents. But access to digital material isn't automatic during a detention. Instead of explaining the legal process, the discussion drifts further away from clear legal justification.
Says I'm allowed to look at them to see what you've been doing. Because if it is a case of what you have been looking at is hostile reconnaissance in relation to
Hostile
terrorism,
reconnaissance to what?
because you've been taking pictures of a building that is of a sensitive nature.
Well, that logistics building. I'm doing absolutely no wrong, am I, with walking around with a
You're doing
camera?
wrong.
So why are you searching me then?
At what point have I said you're doing wrong, though?
So why would you search me?
Right. At what point have I said you're doing wrong?
You haven't, but why would you search me if I'm not doing
I've
anything
just
wrong?
told you under the Terrorism Act, section 43.
Yeah, but then that means
Building
you suspect me of being a terrorist.
It's a suspicion, exactly.
What, you think
It's not
I'm
an
a terrorist?
It's not an accusation, is it?
You suspect I'm a terrorist? Why don't you go and speak to them first instead of stopping me?
Here we go. Let's chuck a controversial one in here. You're telling me you've spoken to them. When's the last time you think somebody lied to me as a police officer?
Probably all the time. I'm not a liar,
There we
so.
go. But I don't know that, do I?
I've told you what I'm doing. I'm totally entitled to walk around with a camera and film stuff. You know I am, so I don't know what you're going on about. You don't think I'm a terrorist. You know I'm not a terrorist.
I didn't say I didn't think you're a terrorist.
Why are you stopping me on the terrorism?
My suspicion is.
The turning point comes when the officer admits no offense has actually been identified. That immediately raises a simple question: if nothing unlawful has happened, what justifies the search? As the explanations change, the reasoning behind the intervention begins to unravel.
Suspicion is not a statement of fact.
So then you've got to have you've got to have a proper reason for stopping me, other than you just see me walking around. Of what? Because I'm walking around with a camera. Well, you better make sure you got this right, mate, because there's going to be a lot of trouble otherwise.
Okay, so why do we now have to resort to threats?
No, I'm not threatening you, am I? I'm just saying I'm not physical trouble. I'm just talking.
Why do we have to resort to a threat?
Because I'm going to go to a police station. I'm going to make a massive complaint. That's what I'm saying.
Completely engage with you in a polite and courteous manner.
Yeah, but
At no point have I been rude.
Yeah, but
Are you able to show us some of your footage then of what you've taken?
I don't actually have to, do I? I'm totally entitled to walk around this country with a camera. You all know I am, and it's just you're trying to intimidate me by using terrorism act and stuff like
We're
that.
Not trying to intimidate.
No, it's a normal police tactic. Throw big words around and scare people with big words. I'm sorry, I'm just messing my phone. I'm not getting in.
We have to attend every incident. This has come on to us as a 999 call over a secure site. We have a duty to investigate that and to make sure that.
Well, for a logistics firm, I'm not very happy about. I've got nothing on me, but I'm not happy about being searched just because it's infringement on my liberties, and I've done nothing wrong. So
the auditor reminds the officer that every police action must be lawful and accountable. Rather than addressing that point, the conversation shifts toward accusations instead of answers. Standing on a public road and observing from a distance remains very different from entering or interfering with private property.
We have to find out now what interactions you've had with security.
Yeah.
If you've gone past into any secure areas.
No,
and exactly what's happened with the drone, all right?
The terrorists would come around at night or just film it on their dash cam, wouldn't they? Or they would, or they'd go.
It would be.
Do you know what I mean? Though it's like surely
you cannot predict the actions of a terrorist.
Yeah, but this is over. That would be covert surveillance. And surely a terrorist would use covert surveillance. They wouldn't stand out here in the broad daylight with a massive camera on a tripod, would they? They'd go and stand at the back and fly the drone. They wouldn't fly it on the middle of the road, would they? I stood there, like right in the middle of all the cameras. Oh, mate.
We shouldn't try and predict the acts of a terrorist incident, should we really?
No, I know, but like
you can see it's like got security, it's got barbed wire. Which what would that indicate?
Yeah, but I'm not. But there's no rules being broken on, or laws being broken by flying my drone over that building.
We're not talking about laws at the moment. All I'm talking.
Aren't we? I thought no, these guys are talking about searching under the terrorism.
I'm having a conversation with you.
Okay.
The auditor points out that genuine surveillance is typically carried out in secret, not openly with a visible camera on a public road. Even as more officers arrive, the focus moves away from explaining the law and toward personal opinions. By the end, the legal foundation behind the intervention remains unclear.
But it's a secure building with barbed wire around it, and they've got two secure. I'm never getting in there, am I? It's very secure. So
no,
do you know what I mean?
Would argue that if it's secure, there's things in there that they might not want anybody to see.
Because you're an auditor, aren't you?
I'm not actually. I'm not. Nah, you see, this is that people often confuse the two. An auditor is someone who goes out and looks for problems on the sites, don't know, like site security and stuff like that. I'm actually just a YouTuber that just speeds footage up.
Okay, come back
It's just slightly different. I carry this because I get stopped a lot, you know. I do. I speak to them. I've been back to the Royal Mail site, and if they come out, at least I've got the security come and attack me. Like them guys.
What's your first name? Sorry.
I'm not. You know, whatever. I suppose.
Look, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, have a nice day, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers.